Story 1. My cat decided that 3 a.m. was the perfect time to knock over my water glass. And now my bedroom floor is a tiny ocean. Thank you, princess. Story 2. I have the flu, and my cough medicine has worn off. I am waiting for the next dose to take effect so I can try to sleep again. Story 3. It's around 7:30. My workday starts at 5 a.m. on most days. Sleeping in on the weekends is no longer an option if I want to maintain a regular sleep schedule. Story 4. Morning run and workout routine. I started exercising and walking or running after quitting smoking for 30 years. Story 5. My 6-year-old burst through my bedroom door at 5:30 as if executing a warrant. I told him to go back to bed. He immediately fell asleep. I have been awake ever since. Story 6. I have to wake up early for work and cannot turn it off for the weekend. I am about to try to take a nap though. Story 7. I just finished being observed for an allergic reaction and am finally about to get some sleep since I can't sleep in hospitals. Story 8. I constantly ask myself that question. I just woke up. It is not too early, but I wish I could have slept for another hour. Story 9. I get up at 5:30 a.m. for work 5 days a week. I'm happy when I can wake up when I want to, not when the alarm tells me. Story 10. The continuous glucose monitor alarm went off. The device thinks I'm about to die. Then I needed to use the restroom, and now I'm trying to get back to sleep. Story 11. I'm not feeling well. My nose is both running and stuffed. I got up to blow my nose, but then I had to use the restroom. Now, I'm just scrolling through Reddit while I decide when to leave the bathroom. Story 12. Because I drank a can of Red Bull before sleep, I entertain myself by watching all the episodes of Murder Drones again. Story 13. I have the flu and cannot sleep because I am congested. My cat is also convinced she needs to be fed immediately because her feeding schedule has been disrupted, making it difficult for me to rest. Story 14. I go to bed at 8:30 each night. I read until 9. Then I'm up by 4:30 or 5, leaving for the gym in a few minutes. Story 15. My cat was neutered. Pain medication is scheduled every 8 hours. The last dose was around 3 in the morning. I am already struggling with sleep. Story 16. I really want to speak to someone who lives across the Pacific from me, to whom I owe a great many apologies. I also want to tell him that I have made my final decision. I love him and only him. If he never trusts, speaks to, or loves me again, then I will accept and respect his decision. But for now, I want to take my chance with him, even if he rejects me. I will be fine knowing I remain loyal to the love of my life, the only one who understood and accepted me as I am. He didn't deserve what happened, but he does deserve to know I am sorry for everything and wish him the best in life. Some people truly love only one person their entire life. For me, I have never been in love with anyone else but him. I realize this because I have never truly been able to get over him, not even close. He was everything to me and I messed it up. He was right in front of me, and I was too blind to see or read between the lines. I don't know if we will ever have another chance in this lifetime, but even if we don't, I know now that it was always and will always be him for me. Story 17. Because I never sleep, I am pretty sure it must be taking a toll on my health. I am in my early 40s and I have heard that people tend to sleep less as they get older, but I average maybe 2 to 3 hours most nights and sometimes none at all. My doctor prescribed me Ambien, but most nights it does nothing. I have been wondering if I could have some type of depression. Does it cause sleeplessness? I do not have many of the other symptoms if that is the case. I am pretty content with my life and feel blessed. I just wish I could figure this out because I know lack of sleep can lead to many other problems in the long run, and this has been going on for about a year now. My doctor does not seem to be much help. They checked my hormones and I guess they are normal, so there are no thyroid issues or menopause. I probably would not worry about it so much, except I am losing weight, and my husband seems worried. Has anyone else experienced something similar or could point me in a direction I have not considered? Story 18. Dealing with pregnancy insomnia. My baby thinks 3 a.m. is the perfect time for gymnastics practice in my belly. Story 19. I am still on French time after 3 weeks of work travel. I haven't slept past 5 a.m. since I returned a week ago. I was up for 20 to 21 hours yesterday because I came back home from Baltimore on an early flight. I was still awake at 5 a.m., which is about an hour later than usual. Story 20. I get up at 6 to take my medication. My dog was attacked yesterday by two dogs. She whined from my bed when I went to make a coffee. I had to carry her downstairs and outside to go to the bathroom. It's going to be one of those days. Story 21. It's 2 p.m. here. My child with autism and attention deficit hyperactivity disorder didn't sleep at all last night, so I should be sleeping even though it's daytime. However, I have grocery shopping to do. Story 22. Time zones, my friend, are the reason. I sit here on Greenwich Mean Time, so the sun is currently very much up, although hidden behind gray clouds because I'm in England and it's winter. Story 23. My alarm is like the opening act of Skyrim, saying, "Hey, you are finally awake." Similar to that thief over there. Story 24. Oh boy, how much time do you have? The short version is that I have severe anxiety and insomnia. This dangerous duo keeps me awake at night. I got tired of tossing and turning, so I decided to get up for the day. Story 25. I can't sleep anymore. I need to use the restroom, and I can't decide which video game I want to play while I enjoy my coffee. Story 26. My child woke me up with a fever, and I am waiting to see if the medication takes effect, or if we need to go to the emergency room. Story 27. I wake up between 2:30 and 3:30 a.m. every single day, even if I fall asleep after midnight. It's crazy. Story 28. Union Mason tender and retired infantry marine. I am also a natural morning person. I will be wide awake at night, excited to wake up early on Saturday to eat pancakes. Story 29. A group of technobillionaire monopolists have taken control of the United States government. At least 50 million American citizens seem unaware that Peter Thiel and Elon Musk are unapologetic enemies of the working class. Story 30. Insomnia has plagued me for 3 days, and I have work in 6 hours. I believe I can manage at least 3 hours of sleep. I am feeling excited about it. Sleep is truly delightful. Story 31. I am really sick. I have to keep taking hot showers to open my lungs, along with vomiting from time to time. Story 32. It was 8 a.m. when you posted. There is a colony of invasive Argentine parrots in my garden. They wake up at 4 a.m. Buses start running on my street at 6 a.m. Then the hikers from Unit 126 meet with their friends at 6:30 a.m. By 7 a.m., I had already given up on sleeping and was up brewing coffee. Story 33. I can burp any word upon request. If I focus hard enough, I can do whole sentences. Upon discovering my unique ability, I took inspiration from Superman, keeping my talents hidden from the world until the time is right. Few know about my power, and those who witness it agree that I should only use my ability when it is truly needed in extreme circumstances. I wear a cape. Story 34. I had to get up and feed the cats before they woke my wife. The annoying one will likely wake her up anyway now that he has eaten, but I cannot prevent that from happening. Story 35. Passed out on the sofa. Can get uncomfortable, so now I'm up. I might as well stay up. I'll have to walk my dog soon. Story 36. I am waiting for the bus. It does not arrive until approximately 40 minutes after my shift at work ends. Story 37. Knowing that internet censorship and communication censorship are on the rise, free speech to disagree with and challenge the current U.S. oligarchs may be lost at any moment. Story 38. I just woke up from sleep. It's currently 8 p.m. where I am. I was asleep all day because I had to work until early morning. So, I slept through most of the day. Story 39. 7:30 a.m. Saturday. Taking my 2 cats to the veterinarian at the same time. Next time, I will only bring one at a time. Story 40. In a situationship with an ex, we live together without a commitment. I need to decide what to do for the next year and if it is worth it. This has been keeping me up every night. I just don't know if it will be worth it. Everything feels like a gamble. Story 41. I woke up because I needed to use the bathroom. Afterwards, I felt hungry. I just finished a cheese sandwich and a glass of sweet tea with lemon. Now I'm going back to bed. Story 42. A 3-inch plate was placed in my left clavicle yesterday to attach 3 bone fragments. The nerve block has worn off, and I can't sleep due to severe pain. Story 43. The dog won't let me sleep. He thinks it's mealtime, and since I skipped the last couple of days, not at all. He just acts like he hasn't eaten in days. I have to get up now to feed him. Story 44. Went with my brother Friday evening to unexpectedly put his sick, elderly dog down. I guess the alcohol and exhaustion from crying finally wore off. Story 45. A pus bubble in my ear just burst after another painful night with external ear infection, and I had to flush it out with hydrogen peroxide. Avoid using cotton swabs. Story 46. Apparently, I had my hand down the back of my pajama bottoms, and my germaphobe wife woke me up to wash my hands. Story 47. Just came back from the movies, where I watched Nosferatu. I can't handle horror or scary films. Why did I do that to myself? Story 48. I can take prescribed benzodiazepines for anxiety, but I'm tired of short-term fixes to a constant problem. Story 49. Because my mind won't let me sleep for more than 6 to 7 hours, I am stuck in this perpetual cycle of going to bed at 10 p.m. and waking up at 4 a.m. Story 50. Well, I decided yesterday to make brownies, and I foolishly licked the spoon after pouring the batter into the pan. I am nearly certain I gave myself salmonella poisoning because the batter contained raw egg. Story 51. It's 8 a.m., and I have medication to take. It must be taken with food, so I have a cup of tea and a bowl of cereal. Being sick is unpleasant. I would like to sleep in. Story 52. It's the weekend, and it's 3:17 p.m. here, so why wouldn't I be awake? The real question is, what are you doing right now? Story 53. Well, my workday starts at 2:30 a.m. when I get up. I have to be at work by 4 a.m. Usually, on my days off, I can't sleep past 4 a.m. Story 54. I bruised a rib on my vacation. I can only sleep on my back for so long, and when I try to lie on my side or stomach, it causes a lot of pain. Story 55. It is 8:37 in sunny, warm Florida. I am getting ready to go palm shopping for my container garden on my pool and I. Story 56. It is 8:48 on a Saturday. I have been up since 6 a.m. My dog needed to go out at 6, and I wanted to drink my coffee and read, as well as scroll in peace. Story 57. At 4 a.m., my elderly dog decided she needed to go outside. Once I got up for her, I have been awake since. Story 58. I am enjoying being awake right now. I have been really sick the past few days, and it is nice to feel normal again. Story 59. My wife came into the bedroom and pretended to throw our daughter, who is 14 months old, on me over and over again, while our daughter laughed joyfully. It was the best way to wake up ever. Story 60. Some nights I can't sleep and stay awake until the next night. It happens about twice a month. I can't explain it. Story 61. I often wake up at 2 or 3 a.m. and start thinking about the terrible things happening in my country, the United States, right now, and then I can't go back to sleep. I'm watching the sunrise. Story 62. It's 1 a.m. and I can't sleep. My husband cheated on me 4 months ago and he's sleeping on the couch. I'm miserable in bed next to my 7-month-old, wishing I could pass away. Story 63. I'm on schedule for the meeting from 7 to 8:30. Then I have to prepare for my second-year group anniversary for Alcoholics Anonymous. It is turning 42 years old, and I am actually opening the event, celebrating a year and a half of sobriety today. Story 64. It is 9:34 right now, and I am on Reddit, but I am tired and need to sleep because I have a haircut appointment at 1 o'clock. Story 65. I woke up at 4:15 a.m. I have been waking up between 4 o'clock and 4:30 a.m. for over 30 years, so it has become a part of my routine. I do not use an alarm clock. I simply wake up. Story 66. I woke up to the sound of chewing from a distance. At first, I thought the dog had found something she wasn't supposed to chew on. So, I went over to check, and to my horror, I discovered she had found the ultimate breakfast. A nice little snack of cat feces from the litter box. I guess she's really into organic food now. Story 67. I was sleeping soundly for years until the last United States election when I started having some trouble staying asleep. But since the inauguration, I feel like a zombie, fighting off panic attacks daily. Story 68. Stressed that bird flu could turn into another pandemic soon and no one cares. I didn't get the chance to experience things fully. Thanks a bunch for sticking around till the end of the video. Remember to subscribe, and until next time, stay awesome and goodbye.